Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on Ramblings, it was good until it wasn't. It's the luck we have sometimes. Well, happy Monday, everyone. Hopefully, y'all had a wonderful weekend. Meredith and I had a pretty good weekend. We did a lot of rest. I'll tell you that right now. Both of us were pretty much beat from the weeks we had before, and definitely the weeks we have coming up. Meredith has, of course, she has a full-time job, you know, corporate lawyer and all that stuff. But she also has 2 kids going back to school this week. Of course, dance and football and all those other things. Over here on the ridge, I'm building a barn house, right? The solar is done. Now we're building a barn house. And the first piece of wood went on the barn house was that at the end of last week, right? And I was so excited. Friday, I was so excited to head over to the farm and say, Meredith, we got the barn house is underway. The first piece of wood is on the barn house. Well, it was good until it wasn't. Hopefully you saw today's video on Ridge Life. If you haven't, you need to go watch it, because the first piece of wood went on the barn house and then it came off. I'm not kidding you. The first piece went on and then the first piece came off. I can't win for losing. And I know, Tim, you're a stickler. Tim, you like your list. Tim, you like to do things a certain way. I do. But when it comes to doing it right, I want to do it right. And I was pretty sure it was wrong. You see, what happened was, I got the first sill plate down. Me and Grandma Carol did all the measurements, and that was a pretty good part of the video. I mean, I had to, yeah, make sure everything was square. And guys, square. Grandma Carol and I got it square. Between my son Morgan, who's a civil engineer, coming up here while he was in college, when we first cleared the land, getting everything plotted out, to when the got with Honest Abe and Eco Panels Tennessee to make the drawings up to my specifications, the way I wanted this house to be, to getting the builders out here. Well, first to get the land clearers out here, right, and get everything built up the way I wanted. The 2 acres cleared here of our 30.5 acres. And then, of course, getting the foundation. I know I made some mistakes as general contractor on the foundation. I forgot the septic line to go under the foundation. I forgot the water line to go under the foundation. And I forgot the HVAC line to go through the foundation. I didn't really forget them. I just didn't ensure they took place. I mentioned them. I assumed, and you know what happens when you assume, right? Well, when my materials came in, right? I got my materials a year ago, and I went through them, and I was learning as I go. I noticed that originally my drawings called for 2x12 footers. I mean, not footers, joists. 2x12 joists. And I went through the boxes, and all I had was 2x8. 2x8 and 2x10. They were 2x8 - 2x10 joist hangers. And you can use a 2x8 / 2x10 for 2x8s and 2x10s, but for 2x12s, you need ones that say like 2x10 × 2x14 or 2x12 × 2x14 or 2x12. Anyway, I had a whole box of the wrong ones. Now, I do need them for the front porch, but I don't need that many. I had 100 of them I needed for the floor for the main house, and they were the wrong ones. I called up Honest Abe, and they went, you know what, you're right. And man, they made it right just like that. They had 100 of the correct joist sent out here, got those stationed and ready. Well, I was putting the sill plate on. Again, if you've already seen this video on Ridge Life, I appreciate you. But if not, you need to go watch it. But here's what happened. I was putting the sill plate on, video and everything. Me and Grandma Carol got everything all squared up, and I put my sill plate board on there, my 2x8. They're 2x8 sill plate boards, mud plates. Some people call them mud sills. and I marked out where the holes for the J bolts go, and I paddle bit drilled all the holes and everything. Oh gosh, it fit perfectly. And then I said, all right, now I got my Sill seal. That's the ribbed foam gasket you put between your sill plate and your sill. I got termite shield in my situation, the metal flashing. But you put that sill in between. And I loaded it. And a lot of people can put it on the sill plate or the sill, or they put it on the wood and they staple it on there, and then they put I opted for that method. So when I laid it out there, it was only 5.5 inches wide. But I was like, okay, maybe that's okay. Maybe it's a range, like on a joist hanger. Maybe it's a range. And so I put it on there, stapled it on there, put some sealant on there, and I put it on, got the bolts on there, and I got the first piece of wood on the off-grid barn house. So happy, so happy. Then it started raining. Of course, it actually started raining as I was putting the first piece down, but I was not letting that stop me. I was going to get that first piece down, come rain, sleet, snow, shine, whatever. So I got it down, the rain's coming down. I'm actually sitting right here where I'm sitting right now, under this gazebo, and I'm just not sure about that sill seal. 2x8, 7.5 inches wide. And to me, you don't want any of that wood overlapping the sill seal and getting on your concrete or your flashing. Hey, hummingbird. Beautiful hummingbird up here. Grandma Carol came and filled the hummingbird feeder up again for me, so it's just sitting right there on the perch. Hey. So anyway, I'm sitting right here. I pull my phone out. I don't know where my phone is. Pull my phone out, and I Google it. And a 2x8 should have a 7.5 inch sill seal. I got a 5.5 inch, which is for, Google says, a 2x6. Is it okay to use a 2x6 sill seal on a 2x8? No, Google says. You'll get too much crack in there, too much space for water to capillary collect, for bugs to get up in there and nest, for interactions between the pressure-treated wood and the subsurface you're putting down below it. It says no, you need a 7.5 inch. You want full coverage of the pressure-treated wood before the sill. And I'm like, oh man, I already caulked it down and everything. So I got to looking at it. You know what? I go, you know what? Let me just get the right stuff. So I went online, went to Home Depot. There it is. Not in stock. Well, let me check within 100 miles of my location. Not in stock. Let me check Lowe's, which is right. Not in stock. Let me check Ace Hardware. I got one of those not too far from here. Nope, not in stock within 100 miles. So I said, well, I need it. So I went ahead and ordered 4 rolls. And guys, it's going to be a week before it gets here. Now, this was last Friday, guys, so well, not quite a week. So I was kind of downtrodden, kind of depressed about it. I did order it. I ordered 4 rolls, 50 feet long, of the 7.5 inch for 2x8s. Should be here this week, later in the week. Okay, later in the week. Now, don't worry, guys. I've got all kinds of stuff I can do while I'm waiting on the build. Okay, so I can continue on. But what I had to do next was heartbreaking. I had to go take the bolts off the nuts and washers off the J bolts. And before the caulk, the polyurethane sealant, had sealed, had dried, had cured, I had to lift it up without ripping up the flashing. Got the board off, ripped off remember the seal was stapled to the board, and clean off the flashing, clean off the board, put the board back in the bundle so it doesn't warp in the sun, get it all wrapped back up, and I'm back at square one. Well, not really. Not really. My house is square. Grandma Carol and I did that in that video. I learned how to put a seal and sill plate on correctly. I actually ordered a larger speed square. I had like a 7-inch speed square, and it was too small to mark my J-bolt location. So I bought a 12-inch speed square, and now I can whoop, 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 whoop. I can do it like a champ. And my holes lined up perfectly. So I learned that, and so I learned a lot. I learned a lot. So now whenever the Sill comes in, I will be ready to hit that ground running. And I'm thinking I can get all those sill plates and sill seals on the entire foundation, including the piers, all in one day. I'm thinking I can do it all in one day by myself. I mean, by myself, guys. Now this is not with help. This is by myself. So I'm pretty sure I can do it. Pretty sure I can do it. So this weekend I'm just like, oh, babe. I was like, babe, I had the first piece of wood on. She's like, it's okay, Tim. You just keep moving forward. That's the key. Meredith's always just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. So I will keep moving. This weekend we were feeding the animals. Meredith and I were out feeding grain and hay, and we noticed Magi, he's the boss of the pasture. He's the white horse. It's actually called a gray, but he's a white horse. And he's the boss of the pasture. Well, he was hobbling, and we're like, oh no, did he hurt himself? Does he have an infected hoof? Is he foundered? And I actually got an IR camera in the. I wanted to buy an IR camera to do all my solar checks to make sure my solar's not overheating and don't have any hot spots or connection or loose terminals or anything. And so I had a company contact me, so they sent me a IR camera. I was like, yes, because I was going to buy one anyway. And Meredith said that you can check horses' hooves where the fur meets the hair or the fur meets the hoof, and if it's hot right there, that's a sign of foundering. So I got a thermal camera in the truck, so I went out and got the thermal camera. Pointed all at the feet and everything. And good news there, the three horses' temperatures were not that much different, so that was good. That was good. Matter of fact, I've got a little bit of video right here. I'll put it in so you can see what it looked like. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There was Magi, Clips, and Reese, and even Meredith there. So that was good to know. And I will say I fed today before I left, and Magi seemed to be better. So yesterday Hudson fed, and he said no issues. And today I fed before I left, and he seemed to be walking around fine. He was fine. So definitely had some short hooves. His hooves seemed to be very, very short. Not because the farrier did anything, because the farrier can't make the hooves longer, right? But they wear down. And Meredith's horses do not wear shoes, horseshoes. She doesn't take them on concrete. They're pasture babies, But his will wear down pretty bad. So we're going to keep a close eye on that, and we'll figure out what we need to do from there. She's worried about him getting foundering and being foundered, yeah. And we got new hay. We got 750 new bales of hay, and it's really rich alfalfa. And if they eat too much of that really rich green alfalfa, that can cause that. So we have to monitor that. So. All right, guys, I am sorry I had to take the first board back off, but as soon as my materials come in, I will be right back at it, I promise. And hopefully you'll be seeing another video on RidgeLife, probably in 2 videos of all the sill plates back on. I got another thing I got to do first. We'll do that, and then the materials come in. Then I'll get the sill plates on. You'll see that, and then we'll go to the. I believe the order I'm going to do it in is rim joist, the single rim joist. Then the girders. I got two 40-foot girders I got to make. Then I got to put the joists on, 3 rows of 40, 16, 12, and 16. And then the outer band, of course, then the front porch and everything. So that's the plan. That's the order which I think I'm going to do it. So if you think I should do it differently, let me know down in the description. Appreciate all of y'all very, very much. And guys, until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed, blessed day. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Always 100% free. Hit that notification bell. Be notified anytime a new video comes out. Hit a mobile device. If you hit it, if you got a mobile device, got some hypes, hit it. Some people are like, what's a hype? I don't know. Well, if you got a hype on a mobile device, hit it. So until next time, hope everyone has a blessed, blessed day. Keep rambling and go Ridge Life.